Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the $10,000 Options Lab. Uh, Not a bad week. It wasn't a good week for price action, but ultimately it wasn't a bad week. If you look at last week's screenshot in the video I did, it was 11,266. So I'm down $44 for or $34 for the week. Um, that's not realized losses. That's just the account balance, mainly because of SOFI. If you want to see the what it's down for the week account wise, um, or realized profit wise, if you look here at the cash secured puts, covered calls, whatever you want to call it, this week I had a realized loss of $1, and that was because if you look here, I rolled this SOFI put. This was going to expire today. It was an $18 put. I really didn't want to get assigned another 100 shares. I'm a little bit too heavy into SoFi. I will take shares maybe lower, maybe $15 a share. I don't know. I just don't want to add any more at 18. So um, my average right now is like $26 for 200 shares. Um, if I added more, I rolled them to 17s for next week, as you can see here. If I have more at 17, it brings my average down to about $23. Um, I don't really want to have a $24, $25 average. I don't think I even want to have a $23 average. If this drops to like 15, what I'll probably do is keep rolling this. Um, if it closes out of the money, then I'll probably just I'll let it expire worthless. But I received $41 when I opened that one and closed it for 42. And then when I rolled it, it opened this one for 49. So that was a net of minus $1 on this. So that's um, what happened with the cover calls. And you can see I also sold uh, $22 calls that expire April 17th and $19 calls that expire next week. Uh, I don't think either one of these, based on what we've seen with SoFi so far, okay. What I've seen from SoFi so far is I'm not too worried about these getting assigned. So I'll probably just end up collecting that 59 bucks and open up a new call. We'll have to see how things play out next week. But yeah, minus $1 on that for the week. Credit spreads, I closed out. I didn't close out any, so I had no profit or loss. I did open two of them. Monday, I opened an XSP uh, call credit spread, 707. I'm feeling it's April 17th. I'm pretty confident. I have my close order at 60% of max profit, so it's at $40. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to get that. In fact, right now it's currently at $60, so I'm already over halfway there. I'm 2/3 of the way there on it. You see my close orders at 40. I'm sure probably unless we get a bounce, this probably expire next or not expire, but trigger my exit next week. So we go back to here. No profit, no loss this week in realized money. I opened a TSLL, which is Tesla Index. I guess it's called an index. It's for September 18th expiration, $13 strike. Uh, yeah, $13. Yeah, 13 is the number I'm concerned with. The 11 I'm not so concerned with. That just means this was my uh, short that I sold, and this is the long that I bought. So I'm worried about. I want it to stay above $13. I also have a 40% or 60% order set to sell this to close it. And then iron condors this week had a decent week in these this week. You can see I closed two of them. This one here was yesterday's expiration. I opened it on the 11th. I held it overnight. It closed yesterday Um, at the end of the day, for full, it closed worthless, so I collected the whole $39 on that. This one I opened on Wednesday, or Tuesday actually, that would be. Opened that on Tuesday. I closed it today. I want to say I kind of screwed up on this one, but what I did was I had a sell order and a close order in. I mean, for 60% of profit, max profit, which was $42. What happened was I wanted to cancel this and manually watch this today to see how it played out, but I got busy with work and I'd forgot to cancel it, and it was like 5 minutes after the market opened, it triggered it and exited. So in the end, I'm not going to complain about making $64. Um, I might have been able to make a little bit more, but if I would have got busy again and forgot about it, this actually closed at 663 something, so that would have closed in the money, which would have not been good. So in the end, I'm glad that I just went ahead and let it ride. This one here, I already talked about it, made a full $39. So my realized this week is $103 on iron condors. So that's kind of where that stands. Overall, happy with that. Futures, let's look at the futures a little bit. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Um, I did collect my $1,100 this week uh, on this one. I got it yesterday, so that's good. Uh, that's about the only thing that was good this week with futures. I didn't trade a lot. I didn't trade heavy. I didn't see very good results. If you look at, these are my actual accounts. Uh, this one here is the one I just took the payout, the $1,100 yesterday. So I didn't trade it till yesterday. You can see my results for the week running these bots. Not good at all. Pretty bad week. You can see the weeks leading up to here. We got all these made money. Hardly any red, hardly any losses. Last week we started seeing a couple losses here and there, and then this week, uh, heck, there's only 3 winning days with 8 losing days. So not a good week. I was playing pretty conservatively, so I'm not too concerned about my accounts. Um, I think next week I may just sit on my hands and wait until I start seeing better results. Uh, and by better results, I mean over here. These are my simulation accounts, my fake money accounts. You can see the results. I kind of monitor what's working best and trade those. You can see down here, nothing really worked this week. This engulfing strategy was decent. This one here was decent. This one, huge red, pretty big red, huge red. So overall, just not good. This one actually, I changed this one this week. All I did was change the moving average. I lowered the fast moving average on it on this day, and you can see that it did better after I did that. So I'm going to monitor that, and that's about it. Other than getting my $1,100 payout, it's been a pretty dismal week for the futures trading. So that's all I got for this week. As usual, this I'm not a licensed financial advisor, none of that. Not that I'm giving trading advice on here anyway. I'm just showing you kind of what I've done, and I'll answer questions if you have any. Put them in the comments. If you want to see more future stuff, put that in the comments. Um, and as always, like, subscribe, share, and yeah, I've been trading futures for, I don't know, a couple of years now. I can go more into detail on that if you'd like. I can show you what I'm doing. I can tell you where I got the stuff. Uh, not, I'm pretty transparent. I'm not going to hide anything. If I have a bad day and I lose money, I'm going to tell you I had a bad day and I lost money. I'm not going to hide my losses from you. I mean, I'm sharing my screen, showing you my account balance. Um, I'm down, if you look overall, I'm down $800 since I started this account. I started out, I was up over 2,000 in the first couple of months, but SoFi has been tearing me apart. I'm down like 2,500. If you look at my SoFi shares, I am down 1,800 on the shares, and I am down uh, 720 on the options. That's 2,500 right there, and that's not counting a couple of the losses I've already closed. So I've probably lost about 3,000 on SoFi so far. SoFi so far. Yeah, that's try to say that fast a few times. Probably down about 3,000 total on SoFi. I'm not too concerned because I have a lot of time. Obviously, these I have as long as I want, unless they file bankruptcy or something. I have as long as I want on these. And these I still have till December, and I'll probably give it till about June, and I might roll these just to get a little bit more time. I'll have to see how things play out between now and then. So that's the reason the account's down. It's not necessarily any of my other trades that's causing it to be down. It's just SoFi. If you take SoFi out of the equation, this account's up over 14,000, probably closer to 15,000. So, but again, like, subscribe, and share. Any comments, any questions, put them in the comment section, please. Um, Let me know if you want to see more futures, and I'll create a separate line of videos for the futures and get more into detail and explain to you more about what I do and how I do it and where I've learned it from and show you where you can go get it from. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.